prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as... Look at the shields on the mark.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take them!
And we're on. Over here, we have Fenix in the upper right. In the bottom left is Red. I am Tasteless. With me is Artosis. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing well. Tasteless. Thank you so much for asking.
I'm a nice guy.
I feel like you are always very cordial to me when we start a cast.
I'm just checking on you. Do you need any blankets, Artosis?
You know, I would not mind one.
Maybe a cup of water.
Air conditioner making it a little bit chilly. No,
water.
I got my ice Americano right here. You know, I'm sipping it a little bit in the game.
We're ready.
Yeah.
I've got my special casting pajamas I wear when I'm not on camera.
I got my casting slippers.
Yep.
All right.
We, of course, match. You guys are just going to have to trust us when you hear that. We are, of course, the commentators from the GSL. If you ever want to hear more of us, please check us out at gomtv.net.
Yeah. And if you don't want to hear more of us, listen to some more, and then eventually I think we'll
win you over, you know.
Yeah. We're some charming guys.
We are, man. You'd want us to meet Mom and Dad if you had the time. If you had the time. Now, on to this game. In game number 1, we saw Fenix move in, I think, a little bit too aggressively.
The attack didn't make a lot of sense.
He had 3 specific attacks, none of which ended up benefiting him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a game like StarCraft, especially with Terran, I think more so than any other race, you actually have to continue to amass a large army.
Yeah.
You want a giant blob that is going to be so big that you can get in there and do the damage you need to do.
Well, here's the thing. As we said at the beginning of that game, Tasteless, there's really going to be a couple or 3 attacks or something like that Fenix is going to rely upon to get ahead. And that just, hold the phone. We do see a little offensive engineering bay there to slow down the hatchery. Forces a pull. But you basically... Fenix has to hit very sharp timings if he's going to go with timings. Rhett is not going to die to just random marine attacks, random 2 Thors, 1 Siege Tank, 2 Blue Flame Hellion, 12 marine, 2 medevac attacks. Like, that is not a sharp build that we saw from Fenix.
No, I mean, it just wasn't good enough. Now, note he's making this engineering bay here, as Artosis wisely said, that will delay the hatchery and force an early spawning pool. Now, why is that actually good? Why does that really matter? Isn't the Terran spending some degree of money to make these engineering bays? Yes, but as you can see here, he's going for a Reaper. Now, as we all know, the Reaper is very fast. It can shoot down Zerglings, especially off of creep. So getting a Reaper over here this quickly can really mean that he can do a lot of damage, deny drones from being transferred, kill a lot of Zerglings, and this puts the Zerg in a very, very difficult position.
Yeah, back when Reapers were really great in this matchup, like mass Reaper instead of just the couple of Reapers that we oftentimes see nowadays, it was very common to do an offensive engineering bay because you slow down any creep at the expansion, which you kind of need to micro against the Reapers. So this Reaper might be able to do a decent amount of damage, but no second Reaper in production yet, just a command center for Fenix, so it'll just be a very light harass. Meanwhile, Rhett is getting his Roach Warren, so he's going to skip the Speedlings and just go straight up for Roaches to deal with this if it becomes a problem.
Now, as you can see, the Reaper is making sure that there's no action here on the low ground. Rhett's in a defensive posture, and as you can see, the Reaper continues to dart in and out of here. I think, now you might disagree, Artosis, but I think he should have gone for the hatchery sooner.
No, I feel like if you're going to use the engineering bays, use what the Reaper is best at, and that's hitting buildings.
Yeah, exactly.
Make 2 or 3 Reapers, rally him down.
He only made 1.
Yeah. And I
devil?
mean, he's not going to do too much damage with it. That's the thing. I mean, Rhett has popped out 1 Roach. He has his Queen down there. Might have made a second Roach, but that's basically it. And the Reaper he scouted some, but that's the end of the story of the Reaper. So I agree with you, though. I feel like if you're going to delay that hatchery, use the fact that there's no creep. Make 2 or 3 Reapers. Hit that hatchery. Pressure the Zerg in that way.
Yeah, it just... To put so much effort into that. Hold that thought, though. We got the Reaper coming in here. And citizen's arrest there, as Artosis would say.
Well, that's what it is, Tasteless. Drones aren't fighting units, but they got together, they went to one of the drones' houses, They each brought a baked good, all right? They ordered a pizza, and they sat around talking. They were like, you know what, this neighborhood, we got to take care of it. We got to look out for ourselves. We can't let Reapers run in our yards and destroy our babies. And
Never
stuff.
again.
No, so they held that Reaper still until he was dead.
Well
Citizens
done.
arrest, Tasteless.
Citizens arrest.
All right, we do have Blue Flame Hellions on the way. The second command center is up, so Fenix doing. I like this build a little bit better than what we saw last game. Should be able to do a little bit of harassment, but the Blue Flame Hellions won't be infinitely useful just because there are roaches out.
Yeah, I mean, the roaches are pretty good in this situation. Red's definitely experienced this and knows how to respond to it quite well here. No, this is not the same kind of mass Hellion stuff we saw in the previous game. Even though we didn't see a lot of those, he had the ability to make a lot more. This is only out of one factory.
Yeah.
So he might only use this to take out creep tumors.
Yeah, it might just be a light harass. Now we do have 7 drones in the way. A few more roaches are popping out. We're going to have to see if Rhett can prevent these Hellions from doing damage. They are going through John's common knowledge hallway, but Rhett should know about that.
Here he comes now, going after the drones. Ouch, nice. You know, we get this many Hellions together. They get
Oh my god!
Stuff.
Look at that drone spread. Beautiful move, and it looks like Fenix is not going to kill quite as many as he had hoped, but still, that is a lot of drones he got. I would say very effective harassment. You only lost 1 Hellion for that many drones? You kidding me, Tasteless? It's very effective. I can't believe you argue with me on
I'm
this.
sorry, I couldn't believe I even decided to argue with you with my telepathy or whatever I was using. Now,
50 drones against 30 SCVs still. That just means that Rhett is going to have a very weak standing army because he's spent so much money refilling those drones.
Rhett's pretty good at defending in almost all circumstances. He's got very solid defense. Sometimes, oh my god!
Oops!
Sorry, I caught that a little bit late, guys.
Yeah.
Well,
killed a few drones in there.
Killed a considerable number of drones, and I think that might change the entire landscape of this game and the future of this game.
Yeah, look at that.
40 drones now to 31.
So it looks like that killed like 10 drones or more in there, and that's hurtful for Rhett. He has to decide what to do from here, because now suddenly 39 drones going up to 42 against 32 SCVs, and that's in the Terran's favor. Fenix has definitely gotten ahead via this harass. A lot of drones still for Rhett, but again, that's going to put him low on units, and Fenix might hit a timing here that Rhett has a real problem holding.
Wow, Rhett is actually going to take the gold.
He's going for the gold.
He's going for the gold.
He wants to win or lose. That's it. No ties for Rhett.
No, not at all. Well, you know what's weird about this is that, you know, if you're this behind, taking the gold is pretty scary. It's pretty easy for Terran to push it. The area to the left or to the right in between the caverns, in this case probably the right, the cavern in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to push through there. Hard to get surrounded too.
Oh, certainly. It's a risky move, but I think Rhett realizes that he needs to make a risky move after losing that many drones. He needs to catch up in some way. Now, we do see Fenix bringing a drop down at the same time he is moving some units down here. That's not a huge group of units, though. He doesn't want to do too much with that. But here we go. The Overlord has seen it. Will Rhett react quickly?
Tough to say. He's moving in over on this angle, too.
A lot of units coming in, and those Lings not going to do as much as Rhett had hoped. Runs away very smartly. Meantime, killing off some Overlords. Over here is Fenix. Rhett in a lot of trouble, I think, Tasteless. Look at this. 3 siege tanks.
They're sieging up. Right now, their Marines and Marauder cover is just too good. Looks like the drop was denied, but what about the gold base? I mean, you already invested so much in this. The Queen, goodbye.
And losing that gold, man, I mean, he lost all his units and the gold and that Queen. I mean, he just invested all this money into that base, and it's done nothing. Look at this, 92 supply against 74. They're on the same amount of bases. They have very similar incomes, but Rhett with no real army to speak of.
Yeah, this is pretty ugly right now. So I don't know if Rhett can really recover. He's getting mowed down here. Fenix, I think he did a good job, but I also think Rhett should have had a little bit better defense at the same time. Might have wanted to think twice before taking that gold base. Maybe wanting to hide an expansion instead of do something that's so bold and so obvious as far as how does Rhett react. GG.
And on we go, Tasteless, to game number 3, the decider who will stay and who will go.
Let's go there.